Hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome back to No Creek Farms. Now I had intended that we'd be starting a bit of tillage in the following morning from today, but we've got a price that's too good to refuse for the soybeans. So they're getting up around the $57 mark. It's about the highest we've seen it. So I've got the truck here, we've got the trailer and everything all lined up under the auger. So we're just going to hop in here and start getting some soybeans loaded in. There we go, we've got close on 2,000 bushels in this bin. Now if I just have a quick look here, we've got over 3,000 bushels all up. So I'm not quite sure why, even though we've only loaded them into the one bin, why it's not showing them across all of them. Seems a little bit strange, but that's just the way it is. So we'll just get pulled forward there, the front hopper's full. The back one there, we're just going to have to hop back into the auger and tell it to keep going. There we go. Alright, so we should be able to hop into the truck and wait for this to get filled up, and then we'll run it down to the sale point. There we go, 1,700 bushels. We'll get the cover on there. We'll sneak around the end of the trees here and head on down, get them sold. But it's nice to be using our new truck and trailer. Haven't had the opportunity to take any product in it yet, either from the field or down to sell, so it's good to be able to use it. We're just getting pulled in down here at the sell point, and we'll get pulled in over the pit here. Get our front hopper all lined up. Here it is. We'll get that opened. Oh, we've got the back one selected. Got that over the trigger apparently. It's okay, that's all emptying out down there. Good. We'll have to wait for that one to get emptied. There we go, $48,000. Wow. So we should be able to press that and offload that. There we go. That's going to get almost $100,000 out of this one truckload. There we go, another $48,000. So just over $96,000 total from that, which is a nice little piece of income. So we must have another 1,300 or so bushels down in the bins. So we'll go down and get the trailer filled up again. We'll take all of those out of the bins and bring them down and sell as well. Now it can be a few days or quite a bit of time between getting a decent price soybeans, so we want to go and make the most of it while we can. We've got this bin emptied out. I'm going to have to move the auger here, go and find which bin the other ones are in. The remainder are, I think there's about 1,300 or so bushels left, still hiding somewhere. I'll just have a quick look on there. Almost 1,600 bushels. There they are. It looks like they're all in that bin there, so if we start getting that filled, we'll reposition the truck and get another, will almost be a full load I imagine. The front hopper full, we're just getting this back one done. It'll be interesting to see whether we can take them all or whether we're going to run out before it's full. Looking, we reckon we're going to get a full load here. There we have. Excellent. Well, we'll get the cover book back on and get this down, and that'll be another $100,000 or so into the account. Great way to start this episode, or I guess finish off the day. That's the front hopper unloaded. That's another $48,000, and we'll keep going and get some more. Look at that bank account now, almost $300,000, which is unbelievable really, from where we started off. So we'll head back down to the farm. We'll park things up again. I don't think it's worth bringing down whatever's left. There must only be a few bushels. But we'll park things up and call it a night and get into some more work in the morning. We're back here at the farm, so we'll just get inside and we will catch you again in the morning. Well, good morning everyone. Another beautiful day on the farm. So before we get started on our tillage this morning, we do have to go over and give the animals a bit of a clean out. They're getting pretty red on their cleanliness. So we'll go and get that sorted out. I might as well give them some water as we're just about to go past here. Just come over and turn the tap on. There we go. And there is quite a pile of spilt food there. We'll just give this a bit of a sweep out. Might have to look at getting a different way to clean up. Probably not quite the most efficient way now that we've got quite as many animals as we do. We need a machine or something we can do this with. I think that is everything. Alright, we'll just put the broom back where it normally sits, just over the fence here. And I'll just, oh, we've got that caught on the fence. It's going to cause problems. There we go. That's better. Alright, the water's still filling, and if we just jump in and have a look, you can see the cleanliness is 4%, but that will now pop up. They're okay for straw and food. We are going to have to get some more TMR mixed up at some stage and get them some more bedding. And just if we look down there at their manure and slurry is getting well produced already, and we've got enough to sell some milk, but the price isn't quite worth it at the moment. But after clearing out that mountain of manure, we're starting to develop another one already. But we are going to go and get some tillage started. Normally I know I can direct drill, but because we've put the manure and slurry onto the fields, I want to work that in rather than put the seed directly on top of that. We're going to get into the tractor here. I'm going to pick up one of the cultivators that we've got parked up around the back here. I think we'll go and start in over on the field over the road, and then come and do the bigger field here. We'll just get pulled into the field here and get the cultivator unfolded, and we'll make a start on this. Now you'll be able to tell from the video title, we have added the Rocky Fields mod by Thunder Modding. First time I've had the chance to use it, and another one of the reasons I want to try and do a bit of tillage on these fields as well, rather than just direct drilling. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. I haven't changed any of the variables, so it is exactly how it comes out of the box when you download it from Thunder's Discord. We'll just zoom back out there and see how long it might take for us to spawn our first rock, and then we'll obviously have to get the Maline out with the bucket on and come around and pick them all up. But it's a mechanic and a mod that I've been really excited to see. I just think it's another wonderful addition to the game, and it requires someone with some incredible scripting skills such as Thunder to bring it to reality. Oh, there it is. I was starting to wonder if we were going to find any, but we've just had our first rock pop up out there right on the edge of the field. So there it is. We can come here and stand next to it and pick it up. Oops, throw it on the cultivator. That's a bit of a silly thing to do. We'll just leave that sitting there. We'll go and get the Maline later, and we'll run around. Actually, I might move it into the middle of the field a little bit further so I can see it a little bit clearer. But that is a randomly spawned rock. So we got one, almost a full lap of the field. So it'll be interesting to see how many we end up with across the whole field. So we'll carry on. We'll get this field done, and then we'll come and get them picked up. I've just realised we've never added GPS to this tractor. I was going to set up a GPS path here along this field edge just to make our life a little bit easier, and as we spawn another rock, this one's quite a large one as well, we don't have that option, so that's something we are going to have to fix. Can't use the excuse of having no money to be able to afford to do it, so I'll take care of that when we head back over to the farm. But this small field I'll be able to handle doing it manually, it's not too hard. We'll carry on, and it won't take us too long to get this one finished. And there we go, one last rock just as we're about to finish the field. So we can get that all folded up now. I won't drive out just yet, but I think we probably ended up with about a dozen rocks spawning across the field. See a few of them down there seem to be concentrated down in the bottom left hand corner as we're looking at it. Seem to be a few more down there. Not sure if that was any reason behind that, but we'll get pulled back over here. I am going to put the GPS on this tractor, so we'll have to might have to use the service truck to do that rather than trying to put it in the workshop with the tractor there in the way. But we'll just leave this parked here for now, and we're going to go grab to Marlene and go and get those rocks picked up. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the mod, I will put a link down to Thunder's Discord page in the description where you can go and download it. It is still in beta testing, but what he's done is the way he's scripted it, these can be set up as auto load. So obviously at the moment we're just pushing that along. If I press right shift and L, there we go, goes into the bucket like an auto load. So I still have to drive up to it, I still have to get the bucket in the right spot, but again it will auto load them. It just makes it a little bit easier. Now there is also a locking script which stops them bouncing around in the bucket and jumping out. So you can turn that on and off, and if I just bring up the help menu, you can see that's with L. So you can see down the bottom there we've got Rocky Fields auto load enabled and containers unlocked. Now if I lock it, you'll see that those rocks we have in there aren't moving around. But we can't pick any more up while it's locked, I don't believe. No, so we're going to have to unlock that and re-enable the auto load. We'll just race around the field, pick up as many as we can. These big ones are going to take up a lot of space, and I'll show you what we are going to do to dispose of them, because obviously with all of these objects becoming part of the map and something that the map has to render, as we're just about going to drive past that one, there can be some impact on performance. So Thunder's thought about that as well. We'll go check that out in just a minute. So I think that is about all of them, except for this last big one up here, which was the first one we spawned. Can't see any more spread out across the field anywhere. We'll just get this one picked up, like so, and we'll put that locking script on so we don't want them to move. And then if I head over here, now what I'm going to do, so the other thing Thunder has thought about to get rid of these is created a little placeable. Now it's a free placeable, and it's called a rock pile. We just park here and bring the placeable menus up. Under miscellaneous here, we've got rock pile, $0. We just grab that. We'll just zoom in here in front of where we basically are. This seems like a good place to have a pile of rocks just at the end here between these bales. A bit of field that's not really farmable. We'll just put that down there. And now we come over here to the rock pile, and we'll have to unlock them. They all disappear, and the rock pile has taken them. So we've got a visual representation obviously of all the rocks we've found, not the specific ones they were, without having the performance issues of trying to keep all those rocks anywhere. So all in all, I think it's a fantastic mod. It's still being worked on, it's still a beta. Thunder's coming out with quite frequent updates on it, so I think I do have the most recent version as of the 8th of August. But do keep an eye out on his Discord for any updates that he might make to it, any other tweaks, changes. But it's interesting to see some of the mods this might spawn, whether we start to see things like a rock picker being developed, rock boxes for the front of tractors. I know there's a few already. Might give a actual reason to use a side-by-side or a gator or something like that to run around fields and collect all those rocks. So plenty of opportunities. And I also believe he is implementing a vehicle damage factor, so if you were to miss a rock when you were planting and picked it up with a header, it's going to cause some damage to the header. So lots of potential there with that. Now I'm just going to grab the pickup and we're going to go get the GPS added into that other tractor. So you can see on the screen there we're working on the John Deere 89 series. It says 8970 on the screen, but we're in the 8960. If we just bring up our menu there, we may as well, while we're at it, repair the tractor. But I'm just going to go into here, customize, and we should have an option there for GPS. It doesn't add anything visually. I'm not sure if there was an option in this to show anything visually, so nothing there. It just gives us that GPS built into the tractor. So we'll customize and pick that up. There we go. This should be all good to go with the GPS. There we go. We can see it on the right hand side of the screen there. We'll go over and make a start in this field. Now I might actually, after adding that, I was thinking I might actually set this up with a bit of course play, and while the worker's running around I can grab the mulleen and we can get some of the rocks picked up and put away. I will have to think about, probably down there by the pond would be a good spot for have a rock pile. Maybe there, maybe one up the other end of the field. We'll have a think about that, but we'll get the worker here underway and to get this field all done. There we are, a worker is down the other end of the field and making a start on these up and down rows. Actually, I probably should have put them on skip rows. I know it can be a little bit difficult for the workers to turn on these articulated tractors, so I might just think about giving that a tweak while we are here. I've just reset the worker and we are going to skip rows, so we'll are getting started again here at this end. We'll get started on going up and down again, slightly different angle just because of how I created the course again, or at least slightly different line. But there we go, there's our first rock coming out already on course play. So good to see that regardless of whether it's being driven by yourself or whether you have course play operating, that the rocks will still spawn. So I think while we have the worker in charge here, we will take the chance to do a little bit of a montage of the cultivating, and then we'll go and jump into the mulleen again and come and start getting some of these rocks picked up and moved out of the field. So the work has made pretty good progress. They are almost halfway back across the field. Then all the way down there and heading back now, so no doubt, I can see a couple of rocks out there just from here. But no doubt there's going to be quite a few out there. So we will go and make a start down from the right hand side of the field. Start working our way back across. And see how many we can get picked up. I have placed a rock pile just over there by the pond. Another one right down the other end of the field next to a pile of dead trees, branches and things like that. So I thought there was a couple of good spots to put it out of the way and still easily to access. So let's go and jump in the Moline and we'll go and start getting some of these picked up. Might do this just on a little bit of a time lapse. Show us racing around the field and looking for some rocks. As you would have seen, we got those few rocks that were there cleaned up pretty quick and caught up to the worker again. So we've just ridden along with them for a little bit. They are almost ready just to do the headland passes. And while they are doing that, I thought there wasn't much point going around and picking up the last of the rocks. We'll wait until they are finished to get them all done. But I thought we might as well go for a little drive down and scout out some of our crops down the back. Just have a quick look at the corn and soybeans. We haven't been down there for a little while now. Just go down and see how they are going. But there's the worker. They are looks like they'll just about be onto the headland passes, which is good. We'll go down, have a look and see how our crops are going. They cannot be too far away from being ready to harvest too, so next time we'll either be planting those two fields we've just ploughed or cultivated, or down here doing some harvesting. Looks like the neighbour's got some lay oats by the looks of things, ready to go. We'll take a look here. We've got our soybeans. We'll hop out in a minute, but we'll go down and take a look. I just remembered too, we've still got the hacky sprayer. We managed to get it pulled out of the field, but we haven't had that new rim back or new tyre back yet. We're just waiting for the co-op and the mechanic to be able to come out here and get that fixed up for us. We'll just park up here and go for a little bit of a wander. Just out here in the beans. Looks like we've got a good number of pods and everything there on those. Looks like they're starting to fill out quite well. Shouldn't be too far away from, like I said, being ready to harvest. Looks like we've managed to control the weeds pretty well in here too. Can't see too many. There's, as I say that, there's one still poking up there. Almost looks like poppies. Interesting weed to have around here. Then we'll just jump over the fence here and take a look at the corn. And this is looking pretty good. We've got some cobs there, they're starting to fill out. Obviously tasseling on the top there. Just go for a walk deeper into the rows a little bit. And yeah, there's some dead weeds. You can see our dead weeds through there, so that's good. Managed to get those all controlled. But all in all, things are looking pretty good down here with the crops. I can't really get to any of the other fields to go and check, so we're just going to have to assume that they are all looking the same. But there's the Haggy still. Fortunately, we won't need that until we need to start spraying again. So we're going to have plenty to do when it comes time to harvest. The decision will be whether we start in the soybeans or whether we start in the corn. I'm almost inclined to get started here in the corn, just because that gives us better access to the beans, so we're only having to change headers over once. And we can obviously come down with the corn heads, get all this field done, and then go and swap over to the bean heads and come down, and obviously there's the field right over the far side. The field just there that we can access a little bit easier if the corn's out of the way. So things are looking good. Some nice healthy crops down here. You can just see over the other side there too, the workers on their way around the headlands, so that's good. We will go back and get parked up, and then we'll walk over to the Moline and try and get the rest of these rocks all picked up. The workers just started on their last headland pass, which means I can follow around now and get any of the last rocks that might pop up out of the field. While we're just running past here, this is the other of the rock piles that I placed, so we might as well, while we've got a few rocks in the front here, might as well get these all emptied out. Pull up here, I think these are locked in place. If we just tip them, turn the lock off, there they go, they disappear. So we'll just, like I said, we'll just follow around, see what there is out there, and get those picked up. Then we'll be all done with our tillage in this field and the other one. Just about all the way around the field, I think. Not sure if this is our last rock, we'll just have to wait and see, but the worker has finished their headlands and have the cultivator all folded up, ready to take back to the yard. I'm not spotting any rocks between us and where they are, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that is it. So that has worked pretty well. I've been quite impressed for my first time using the Rocky Fields mod by Thunder. It's been a lot of fun, actually. I've really enjoyed that. It just adds that extra little bit to the game. So we'll get over here, we'll get these dumped off, and then we will head back up to the yard. Alright, so last thing for today, I'm just going to give this a clean off. The tractor got pretty filthy doing those fields, and we'll get the cultivator cleaned off as well. But I'm going to wrap things up there for this episode. In another productive one. Like I said, fantastic to use that Rocky Fields mod. That is going to become a bit of a staple on a lot of my gameplays, just to add to that, that little bit extra realism for me. So keep an eye out for that. But we'll get these cleaned off and put away. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed that episode, and I will catch you in the next one.